Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Urban Rap Podcast, episode 3, which is the greatest US collaboration of all time. So, as you can imagine, there's a lot to go through, but just once again, as I said last week and repeat it this week, thanks again for all the support, guys. We've had a lot of really good feedback on the second episode, which has been live for 24 hours on YouTube. Obviously, you can find the link for our Instagram page or on our YouTube channel. So, just once again, guys, big thank you. Wasn't very easy picking the our best albums for Desert Island. We had a bit of fun doing that. But look, first off, let's say hello to the guys. So, Bill, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, mate, not bad. You all good?
Yeah, man, not bad, not bad. Do you have fun picking this one?
Nah, this one's been too hard, to be honest. This was worse than last week's one, I think.
This one was too much. These podcasts are getting easier, I swear down, but nah.
Yeah, they're getting harder each week.
Oh, like that. So, Jack, what going?
What's going on, man?
Good, I'm good.
It was hard.
It was hard, yeah?
Yeah, it was hard, man. I've been literally all week since we found out what we was doing this week. I've just been trawling through so many songs. It's hard work.
No, believe me. It's one of those, yeah, like when we obviously were making the podcast before, and even after the first episode when we filmed it, obviously we spoke to friends, family, just said, look, we're doing this, any ideas, jump in. And obviously this came from one of my family members, said, oh, why don't you do collabs? And I thought, yeah, good. Boy, if I had any idea how much stress this would be, I would not be talking to that family member no more, like that. It's, bro, that was, it was a bit difficult, this one, but we go. Just really quick one, guys. A lot of people been getting in touch about, obviously, shout out, things like that. We're probably not at that level yet, so just chill. We'll get there. But we have got something for you guys, because we are getting a lot of good feedback. And we're getting a lot of people talking about what we're doing, which is what we want to do, whether they agree with it or not. You might have seen the comments for last week's video. There was a few people disagreeing and a few people really liking what they saw. So we decided to do something for you guys. It is lockdown, so I can't unfortunately bring you bundles to your front door or anything like that. And some of you might live in America, so I ain't going that far. But what we can do is look, places like Uber Eats, Deliveroo are making money right now. So if you can like and share this on your Instagram, our page, which is in the bio below, and obviously on the about page of our channel on YouTube, we will send you a £20 gift card, well, I say gift card, whatever it's called, on Deliveroo or Uber Eats. So basically a voucher, we'll buy you dinner. Simple as that, we'll buy you dinner. Now, it's not quite going to be the Ritz or, up in the Shard or nothing like that. We can't go out. So you're going to have to stick to Deliveroo or Uber Eats. But look, like the video. Yeah, exactly. So like the video, share the video, and all you got to do is just share it on your Insta page. Tag the Urban Rap Official, which you can find below. And hopefully £20 voucher will be on this way to you, and we'll buy you dinner. So you can get your favourite Dixie or, favourites out there, whatever you like. We don't judge. So, just a little something to say thank you for the early support we've had. And as time goes on, hopefully we can bring you bigger and better gifts going forward, get a bit more interactive, bit of raffle going. And I'll draw the winner live on our Insta page, do it Insta live so no one can see that I'm cheating or nothing like that. But yeah, so let's go. Let's start with the news. And boy, that was some news to wake up to this morning. Or if you were still up late in the early hours of last night, early hours of this morning. Drake has dropped a new mixtape. Now, you know my feelings. I'm gonna step back, chill. You two talk.
I can see by Bill's face right now. He's not.
It's not great, to be honest. It's very slow. It's not one of the greatest, and I'm a big Drake fan.
But you know what though? It's throwaway tracks. Do you know what I mean? It was leaked. It was either leaked tracks, tracks that he unreleased, SoundCloud tracks. Do you know what I mean? It weren't. It's just throwaway ones. So he just dropped something to keep us busy in lockdown, really.
Yeah, no, definitely. Look,
so.
Yeah, to be honest, I did enjoy it. The ones with Future I liked, but actually I'm a Future fan, so I think I just like his flow. And whenever he's on a track with Drake, it just seems to be more energy as well.
Yeah,
I think he's one of the rappers. Yeah, well, he's one of the rappers people bounce off. Even in other songs Future's done, they just seem to bounce off him. But look, it was a mixtape. It wasn't an album. What I will say is, even for a mixtape, I think the quality was below what people expect of Drake, even for a mixtape. But look, let's wait for the album before we judge it. Let's judge it on the album. Let's see what he actually went with, because let's be real, it could be amazing, the album. So let's go by that. It's obviously going mad, social media going mad about it. as you wouldn't expect nothing less with obviously being Drake. But we've had a bit more other news. So Chris Brown is due to release an album, and he's teamed up with someone very interesting. Jack, talk more about it.
Young Thug. So we've got Young Thug and Chris Brown. Slime and B is going to be called next Friday. I think next Friday it drops. I'm very looking forward to that.
Young Thug is one of my favorites. Love Young Thug, and people who know me and just music in general. Chris Brown, you can't go wrong with Chris Brown. You know, it's that's an interesting collab. I didn't think I'd see that.
No, I didn't. I was surprised when I saw it online.
Yeah. And so in other news, Tekashi69 has dropped a little teaser on his Instagram story, May the 8th, with obviously the two eyes emoji. So we can only expect that something is coming from him next week. What's your thoughts? He's back.
He was requesting to do videos, I think it was last week. So might even be a music video coming.
Look, whatever people think about him, obviously the jail side, I don't know enough about the trial and things like that. I don't think anyone really does. Obviously, people called him a snitch and whatever else. The beef with 50's son, all that sort of stuff. For those who watch Power, know it's not right to go against 50's son, by the way, things like that. You know what he portrayed with Ghost and all that nonsense. But yeah, look, that aside, I'm a big fan. I can't lie, I'm a massive fan. I want them blazing that out in the car. You know, music that is, by the way, nothing else. You know, man's playing that loud, going up and down the streets and that. But yeah, he's one of my favourites. What do you guys think about his comeback?
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. As you said, like he's got a couple of good songs that I listen to that are on my playlist. So yeah, hopefully he can release something that's decent next week.
Yeah, definitely. We'll go a bit towards the UK before we finish up back at the US, because the last story is quite a big one, which I'm sure everyone's aware of now. But we just quickly go to the UK. So we've had a new album drop. I believe it was yesterday.
Today.
Beg your pardon, today. Talk more about it.
Young Bane. I haven't listened to it yet, though. To be honest, I'll be honest with you.
Neither. I haven't even listened to it.
But I'm hearing it's a very good project.
Okay. He's one of those for me where he's good. Can't knock him, but it's just not my flavor. You know what I mean? It's just not. I don't enjoy it too much. He had the songs. See, when he first come out, he done the Ed Sheeran remix. I love that.
Yeah. Fine Wine.
Yeah, Room as well. Then he just went off the boil a bit for me. Just, you know.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, he's still good.
He's had a couple of big tracks as well. Yeah, for me, nothing really like lived up to. I mean, he had a couple of bangers that come out after Fine Wine and the Ed Sheeran remix, but nothing really lived up to the hype when he exploded on the scene. Really, for me as well. But don't get me wrong, he's a very good artist. 100%. I don't
think anyone doubts that. With his track record as well. We had an interesting day when two tracks got released on the same day with the same sample.
Yeah.
In the UK. Now we had Mist and Fredo. Good track, don't get me wrong, and that was teased for a while.
Yeah, I saw a few Insta lives with that playing. I saw to be fair, I saw it Insta live with the Most that one as well. So I don't know who.
Yeah, no, it was interesting.
I don't know what happened there. But.
It was interesting because I saw Mist tease it about a month ago. I saw him tease it.
Yeah, I see it on TikTok about a month ago.
Yeah, could see what you do with your spare time. But yeah, so I saw it on there quite a while ago. But then, obviously, the second one being, like you said, Most that on AJ Tracy's new track. And yeah, it's just interesting. Two exact same samples, exact same day. Just a bit odd. You know, I'm sure there's nothing more to it. It's just two tracks happen to drop. But for those who have heard both tracks, you know, for me, for those who know, AJ Tracy fan number one over here. But it's a banger. If we were out, you'd be hearing that every night in the clubs.
Oh yeah, of course.
That is a banger. Yeah. The AJ Tracy banger. Smashed it again. The other one, still a good song.
You know what? I listened to the Mist, obviously, because that dropped first in the day. Yeah. I listened to it, and I don't know, like, I don't like the beat as much as I like the Mo Stack and AJ Tracy one. Because I listened to it and I thought I like it, but I didn't like the way they used the sample in that one.
You know what it is for those, right? For that sample they've used, they're a bit too gangster, them two.
Yeah.
To work on that.
Mist is talking straight gangster, like.
They're just a bit too, you know, gangster. Yeah. Like when you hear Mist songs and Fredo especially, they always talk about that gang stuff and all that. And you know what? Fair play. They are good artists. it just doesn't quite work on a sample as well as AJ Tracy and Mo Stack do. But
You think
you know
AJ
what?
Tracy, most of that, they're just having fun on the beat. You can tell
Yeah.
they're having fun there.
Even the video, it's just having a laugh and that they're just vibing. So no, but good to see new music coming out from UK. Young Bane, AJ Tracy, Mo Stack, Fredo, Mist, all dropping new stuff. So it's always good to see. And we'll finish off back in the US. Massive story come out, absolutely huge regarding one of the greatest of all time, and that is Kanye West. He's officially, according to Forbes' latest release, he's officially a billionaire.
Crazy.
Well, according to Kanye West himself, he's not just a billionaire. He's a 3.3 billionaire.
So yeah, I saw contrasting reports about this. I saw Forbes put him at one point as 1.2 billion, and then he's come out and said 3.3.
Yeah.
You know what? Whatever he is, 1.2, 3.3. Fair play. The boy made it. Like the guy made it big. So think where he come from. Obviously, when his first little song came out, we spoke about him loads already. But you know, for him to smash it the way he has, obviously we know about. Well, we don't know, but we know bits obviously about personal life, his marriage, X, Y, Z. The guy's done amazing, absolutely amazing for himself, and family, whatever else. So just big up Kanye West on that one more than anything.
I heard as well he bought his childhood home as well.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. It's
childhood house.
yeah, he's no, after all the controversy he's been through in his life, it's just good to see he's knuckled down. He's just doing his thing, and he smashed it. So fair play, Kanye West. But let's get into the body of this one. So the hottest US, almost said UK, US collaboration. So hip hop, we're talking. This was hard. I mean, you look back over the years, some of the collabs, and I'm sure we won't even name all of them. You know, between the list that we've picked, it's only a top 3 that we've picked, and a few others that we'll talk about as well. You lot will probably scream more in the comments, or at your computers, laptops, whatever. And you could go on all night with this one, and we very nearly did. So, without further ado, we're going to start with Bill on this one because you haven't been first yet, and we stand decide who's going second or first. Hope you're ready, Jack. But yeah, so we're going to start with Bill. Right, just drop off a few that were close, which I'm sure even that could be all good. But
Right.
we'll go into your top 3 in reverse order.
Right, few that were close was Jay-Z featuring Beyonce, Bonnie and Clyde. That was very close for me. I had Drake featuring Rihanna, Take Care. That was close for me. That's one of my favourite songs. I've got Slow Jams, very close. Mate, I've got this list could go on forever, to be honest with you.
I'm not liking your list at the moment. I can't lie.
I like the slow jams.
Yeah, Slow Jam's decent. I wonder how the hottest collabs though.
I've got
It's a very good track though.
Yeah.
I've got 50 Cent, 21 Questions featuring Nate Dogg.
Okay, you're back again.
Okay.
This is going to be quite a controversial one, I reckon, but this didn't make my top list, and it's Ain't Nothing But a G-Tang.
Keep going.
Right. Anyway, I'm just going to get
Top 3.
Top 3, starting with number 3. And I've gone on about this the last 2 weeks, as you mentioned twice, and it's The Game featuring Kendrick Lamar, The City. I always go on about the acapella at the end without the beat and how it just goes on and on and on. And for me, I've sat there and listened to loads of songs this evening, and I've gone over them again and again, and this was just one I had to put in there, I felt. But I mean, any of them could have scraped the top 3, to be honest.
Fair play. Keep going. We'll talk about them more at the end. Keep going.
Number 2. Now, there was a couple that could have got in here as well, and that's I've got Forgot About Dre featuring Eminem. Now, it's one of my favourite songs. I sat there singing along, singing my little heart out, because I've got such a good voice and all that. But in at number 1. Now, 2 weeks ago, we done the top 10 GOATs of all time. And this had 4 in there that made the list. And it's Forever featuring Kanye, Lil Wayne, and Eminem. I had to put that song in there. And then that's going to get criticised a lot, I reckon, but that song was in there for me.
Jack?
That was in my kind of, not in the top 3, but it was there. It was there.
You know what? It was fourth in my list.
Mm.
It was fourth. Drake's on a lot of the songs on my list. Not my top three, but he's well, I can't remember actually, but he's close. Your list, though, let's break down your list a bit. Number three, obviously, you went for Game and Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
The song itself, when you listen to the song itself, it's a banger without doubt. Obviously, it's in the album that I picked last week, so I've only got good things to say about it. Absolute banger. In terms of obviously the two artists, you know, you're talking about, there's a slight era difference, if you like.
Mm-hmm.
Not by much, but there is sort of a difference. So Kendrick, obviously, newer wave than Game was. They do complement each other really well. That's a combination. That's a collab that I never really thought would go. On paper, you wouldn't have thought someone like Kendrick, who's just pure intelligence lyrically, the way he does things, go with someone as hard to the bone, straight passion and that like Game. It's an interesting one, but yeah, the songs are banger.
No, it's
the
a good
songs
tune.
are banger.
And they're both from Compton as well, aren't they?
Exactly. It's a very
That's why it goes. It does go well. Both from the same area and stuff. They relate to how they've grown up, I guess. And yeah, man, that's why it goes well.
Yeah, no, definitely. The second one you went for was
Forgot About Dre featuring Eminem.
You know I love it. I love that tune, man.
Oh, it's such a good song.
the banger.
I sat there and I played it, and I was like, "How can this not get into some top three?" I mean, look, any of them songs I named, I've still got more that I can name, and any of them can get into that. This is too hard to pick three, to be honest with you.
No, I like about that song. Yeah, it's I found the first episode I spoke about Dre and how when he made his comeback on I Need a Doctor, he had Eminem shouting for him and all that. This was obviously his comeback, his first comeback, if you like. After a while, it was on the 2001 album. Just the way that hook, is it nowadays? Everyone seems they've got something to say. That's mad.
Yeah.
Just that line, just that first line where it's just so true. You can relate it to anything, whether it's your own life, Dre's situation, M's situation. The song bangs different. That was on. I spoke about it on albums last week. That album 2001. That was different anyway.
Different. Like I said, that's my favourite Dr. Dre album as well. Like, scrapes it for me over like the Chronic as well. So yeah, a lot of the collabs on that album actually could probably break into the top 10.
Oh yeah, 100%. And your number one choice was the Drake song featuring Kanye West, Lil Wayne, and Eminem, Forever. Not afraid to say, probably so close to my top three. The song's an absolute banger. You have got four of the best on that track. You know, I'm gonna,
and that's purely why I had to go number one. To be honest with you,
I'm gonna include Drake as well. Obviously, for all other things aside, at the time, without a doubt, that song, it just banged different. Ridiculous.
I think they was all at the top of their game at that same time as well. For me, you think Lil Wayne, he just dropped the Carter 3, I think, not long before. Eminem just come back on the scene, so he was hungry again. And then Kanye West, obviously, is at the top of. I reckon that was probably his best years as well.
I was gonna say that was probably his peak as well for Kanye. That was definitely his peak. Whose verse was the best?
I like Lil Wayne's verse.
As an M fan, I'm going to say
Lil Wayne's
but Kanye's verse is actually. I listened to it.
Kanye's verse is mad.
Kanye's verse is very good. I listened to it about 45 minutes ago before we done this, and the verse is very good.
Kanye's verse don't get a lot of recognition because I'm like
he's first, I think, isn't he?
He's after Drake.
It goes Drake, then Kanye, then Lil Wayne, then Eminem.
So his verse don't get a lot of recognition. I think the reason for that is nothing against him as a person, but the next two were so mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Lil Wayne, that's one of his best verses. Lil Wayne's.
Yeah,
you know, I'll probably say Lil Wayne's verse over Eminem's. I'm a big Eminem fan.
I was still with Lil Wayne as well.
Lil Wayne, that verse was different.
I don't know, it switches the mood as well. Like his verse just comes in, switches it up completely.
He switches it, and then it's so good the way he slows it just before, and there's that little break after I think Drake's bit, just before M goes as well. It's so perfectly made and produced, that song, the way it all goes together. That
I remember
was
hearing that though before Eminem's verse. Like there was a leak online, and it was just literally Kanye, Lil Wayne, and Drake. And then when I heard Eminem's verse on it in the final one, man, I was like, wow, this is one of the best tunes I've heard.
100%, 100%. Jack, do you want to go next, or shall I?
I don't mind. I don't mind.
Oh, can you go? Because I still haven't got a number two.
You know what, Bill? You took a few of mine.
Mate,
I'll do two that didn't hit the top three, so I'll do five, yeah?
Go on.
Right, so two that didn't hit it was 50 Cent Out of Control with Mobb Deep. Very good track, man. And I put Jay-Z Big Pimpin' with you, JK. That was a banger. But now we're going to go top three. Oh, you know what, Bill? You took too many of mine, man.
Mate, honestly, at the end of this, I'm just going to say my whole list. Yeah.
Right, so I've got number three. I've got Tupac, Two of America's Most Wanted with Snoop Dogg.
Banger.
Banger, absolute banger. And you think they were both on like prison charges at that time as well. For them to make that tune, it's a mad.
That was a literally fuck the police song, man.
And they go back to back as well.
Yes.
Mate. It's mad. Number two, I've got All I Do Is Win, DJ Khaled.
Wow. We are coming back to that at the end, right?
Mate, just for Ludacris's verse. Ludacris's verse alone.
We are coming back to that at the end.
Mate, T-Pain, Ludacris, Rick Ross, come on, smashed it. You know that's I bet that's in your top. I bet that's in your top, son. And then number one I've got for me is, you'll probably slate me for this, but I've got Kanye West, Monster.
I was so close to picking that song. Yeah. I was so close to picking that song.
Nicki Minaj, Rick Ross, Jay-Z. And I think Nicki Minaj, that's the best verse she's ever done.
See, I was very close to picking that as well, for the same reason, for Nicki Minaj. The only thing, obviously, when you said it's her best verse ever, I was the only thing that really tore me between the two was her verse in that and her verse in Roman's Revenge.
Yeah.
They were so close for me, but
with Eminem,
yeah. But boy, you're number one. I was close to picking it myself.
Oh, mate, I think that for me though, that is just a perfect combination of people as well. For them all to be different, like the flows are all different, every verse. It's mental. To have Jay-Z as well spitting, mate. I can't top that. Bill,
thoughts?
I mean, Monster was close to mine. It's actually in my list that I was going to read out at the end. It's a good top three, but I mean, out of everything you said, any of them can be number one, to be honest.
Yeah. You know what? It's hard to pick them like in a numerical order. Do you know what I mean? It's hard.
Yeah. So your number two, All I Do Is Win. Ludacris going in on the beat. Never been a beat, and I won't stop now. Listen, that's one of my favorite songs. I think everyone knows. Just for Ludacris's verse alone, that was absolute banger. But
especially if you're in the club, mate.
I was gonna say, if you're out and about and that song comes on, it hits different. It bangs different. That's an amazing song. You know what's interesting? Like DJ Khaled, obviously he'd always be there or thereabouts on a list of collabs, just because he's got so many people working with him or have worked with him. And that goes all the way from Jay-Z, who had working with him, people like Luda. He had obviously Justin Bieber recently working with him, Drake working with him. He's literally done a who's who almost of people who worked with him. He was always bad to be in the list, but yeah, that's a decent one. I'll be honest, that come closer. So did one of his very first ones, We Taken Over.
Okay.
That was close. I think it's only because when Birdman goes into Lil Wayne's bit at the end, it's just so smooth. It's so good the way it's done.
Okay.
But no, I
can't. DJ Khaled, for me, he picks the right people to complement each other on the track. That's every song pretty much that he puts together is just different.
He's been amazing. Like the artists that, like I said, the artists who've worked with him put together, like you say. What always got me was the Jay-Z and Future one. That should have never worked.
I know.
I
But
don't
it
know. That should have never worked. The I Got the Keys song. That should have never worked, but it did. And it was amazing. But
In my list, I've got "I'm on One" as well. Another top DJ Khaled song.
I'm on one. That was mad. That was mad. Okay. Oh, man. I'm still stuck, guys. I can't lie to you. I'm looking at my phone. I'm still stuck. All right. One, two, come close. And I'm going to kick it old school. I'm sorry. I'm an old school guy. Method Man and Redman, the Rock Wilder.
Oh, mate, I had that.
Oi.
I had that. But I didn't think any of you would know what it was.
Don't be silly.
I had it.
Oh, that was something.
That's different.
Dre. Everything about Dre. Every song, you name it, it was close. And one's actually got in the top 3, so I'll hold on to that. We'll go top 3. We'll go top 3. Otherwise, I'm going to be here forever. Another one that was close, Warren G and Snoop. Regulate. Absolute banger. Absolute banger. And I'm not going to go Dre.
On that, it's Nate Dogg, not Snoop.
Yeah. I'm not going to go Dre. I think there's just too many. I'm not choosing one. I refuse to. But just shout, obviously, the ones with Snoop, the one with Tupac, one with M, everything that he's done. Number 3, I'm going to go Touch It Part 3. I have to. I
knew this would be there. I knew it.
It had to be because
this.
You know what? Artists aside, obviously, Lloyd Banks comes in, starts it off. You got Busta, Papoose, DMX, Mary J. Blige, Rah Digger, Missy Elliott. Boy, like you could argue, and you'd probably be right. None of them were top of the game when it come out. None of them were, you know. But if you were to put together like a all-star freestyling people, you'd be far stretched to find a better combination. DMX's verse when he comes in, oh dear God, probably about the only one who can match the game for like pure anger, aggression, and passion and what he does. So Touch It Part 3 was number 3. The second one, and I bet this never crossed any of your minds. This second one, it's Fast Lane, Eminem and Royce the 5'9". Right?
Okay.
I'm a hip hop fan, and I appreciate lyrics. Now we're gonna talk a lot of we'll talk about the list that we've both got, a few that come close, and obviously you spoke about back to backs, and when we do the UK ones, back to backs, we'll talk about it's a lot more probably in the UK than US. Just listen to their back to back. That's a different level. And I'll go so far as to say, you don't really hear people outdo Eminem on a track. Royce the 5'9" done it.
He does.
He done it on that track. Yeah. And like the one obviously with Bruno Mars, Lighters, that was pretty mad as well. But they had their own verses. It was split up by the chorus, the hook, whatever else.
Straight bars.
This was straight barring and shelling. This was mad. I listened to it today and I forgot about it till literally today. It come up as my suggested when I think I had Eminem and Rihanna song. I was just listening to that. Hey, I can't remember what it's called. It's gone out of my head. Love the Way You Lie, sorry. So I was listening to that and it just come out of nowhere. So that is definitely close. The one who also came close to me for number 2 was D12, How Come?
Okay.
I think just the story behind it again. Eminem fan, but just the way they talk about how they fell out and, all that's happened since. You'd think, obviously, the things like the overdose, Eminem overdose 2008, that probably might not happen if, circumstances were different and whatnot. But number 1, and it's probably not a surprise at all, it's 50 Cent and The Game, hate or love it. Don't play around when it comes to collabs because it don't get better. I love Dre, everything he's done, Eminem, everyone in between, but you don't get better. That's an anthem.
Yeah,
that's an anthem that defines a generation. It's ridiculous. And you know what? If you hear it now, if you still hear it like we did in the concert we went to, you still get the loudest pop. The loudest cheer from everyone. And that song was just absolutely, it's just amazing song. Just the way they bounce off each other. This Is How We Do was a great song as well. But Hate or Love It for me is just...
it tops that. It does.
Just something else. That's just, for me, amazing song. 2 of the best at the time as well. Top of their games as well. But Hate or Love It was number 1. What do you think?
It was sitting there. That was sitting there. You know what? Your top...
Surprised you didn't go for it.
I nearly did. You know, when I was sitting here, I'm looking at my phone, just looking at the names, and I thought, you know what, it's so hard to put a top 3 in. Yeah, I was looking at it. I did look at it to put it second instead of the DJ Khaled one. But yeah, man, I don't know why I didn't put it there. But yeah, the Royce the 5'9" one, different.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing Eminem live, and he was with Rihanna, and I think Fastlane was like a year or so. Was it a year or so after the Rihanna song, or a year before? I can't remember.
I think
It's when that joint album come out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A similar time, and I saw Eminem
time.
and Rihanna live, and then Royce the 5'9" come out, and they done Fastlane, and I was gassed. I was gassed. But yeah, I'll always remember that concert, man.
It's the thing, like we're obviously going to talk about collabs. Eventually, we'll get to the UK side of things on this podcast, and we'll talk about back to back from the UK as well. So obviously, Kano's done a few, Chip have done a few, Gets as well, people like that, and they do it a lot more than US do it in terms of nowadays, anyway. In terms of back to back, so I just thought, you know what, Eminem and Royce the 5'9", if you're going to do a back to back, Royce the 5'9" is probably the only one who could go toe to toe with Eminem and do it at the time. You know, I think we know they're close.
Album at that time, I think.
Yeah, exactly, and it takes a hard rapper. Royce the 5'9", before that album, unless you were proper into your hip hop, you didn't really know him. Commercial people didn't know him, so they thought, who's this guy making a joint album with Eminem? And when you hear him spit, you tell me who the vet was in between those two. Like, that was mad.
That's
tell me which
a duo that you think they match each other's like energies, don't they?
And it's such an underrated one. It's such an underrated one as well. But
the video is good for that as well.
Yeah, I was about to say, even the video is crazy.
It's mad. Like, there's always magic shit going on and all this nonsense.
Yeah.
It's mad. Like I said, the Lighters song was good as well that they made. And in fact, I think Eminem's verse in Lighters is one of his best verses he's ever done in his Lighters song. But just for the back to back, the way they just bounced off each other.
Yeah, that was an absolute banger.
So we'll go through a couple more on each of our list. We'll just try not to go through all of them because we'll be here all night otherwise. Look, we could talk about Tupac, we could talk about Dre, we could talk about all of that from back in the day and whatever else. Let's try and bring it nowadays. What recent, when I say recent, sort of last 5 to 10 years collabs have you sort of heard?
I've got Kanye West and Kendrick Lamar, No More Pies in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we spoke about that too.
But a new Kanye West verse, that's probably one of his sickest verses he does. He raps for about 2 minutes straight.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do that often anymore.
Yeah, no, wow.
That was very close as well for me.
Yeah, no, absolute banger. Bill, what else did you have on your list?
What, in the last 10 years?
Yeah, just more recent, because obviously we could talk about the
only recent ones I've got is Drake, Take Care, No Church in the Wild.
Yeah.
I love that song. And yeah, that's it.
So what is your older one?
I've got a random one. I don't know if you know it, but it's Young Jeezy, I Do, featuring Jay-Z and Andre 3000.
Yeah, I've heard it.
And that was like, I can't remember when it came out. I think it was like 2012 or something like that. But
that's very good on a lyrical level as well, that one.
Yeah, it is.
And obviously, you have got some of the hardest lyricists there in Andre 3000 and Jay-Z.
3000, yeah.
Again, it's one of those, unless you really follow the culture and the music, you're not really going to know it too well.
An old school hip hop beat as well. Like for it to come out 8 years ago, the beat on it is like a 90s. You'd think you heard it in the 90s. But that was kind of getting close to my top. But
I had of like the newer music, I'm trying to think who I had. When Eminem and Lil Wayne started making songs together, Drop the World and No Love.
Yeah.
I like that they done then. I like the Nicki Minaj, Drake and Lil Wayne ones they done. So the one I liked the most was No Frauds, after the beef with Meek Mill and Nicki split from him. And then obviously they dropped like 2 or 3 songs in a day or something.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
the videos in the UK where Nicki Minaj is sitting outside like the Big Ben or something, whatever. Yeah. That was a bang because Nicki was hard in that. She went hard in that. And
that was only about 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I think it was about 3-4 years ago, wasn't it? That was mad. But then to shout at Meek Mill, the song that they done with Chris Brown, Meek Mill, All Eyes on Me, was it? All Eyes on Me, absolute banger. But any others that you want to shout out? I mean, we could talk about DJ Khaled for a whole podcast, but
I had a Meek Mill from his recent album, 24/7 with LMA.
Yes.
That was a good one because that's like an old school R&B beat as
Yeah.
well. And for Ella May to jump on it and do her thing,
That was hard. Yeah.
as well.
Quality. Yeah, she's well talented. She's amazing. Phil?
Do you know one song I'm very surprised didn't get brought up by anyone? And it's Tupac featuring Snoop Dogg, California Love.
Yeah, I got it on here. Don't
On
worry.
my list, but I'm very...
Dr. Dre, I'll correct you, Bill.
Dr. Dre it was, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Dre. Like correcting everyone tonight, Jack. I'm very surprised no one picked that one out.
I had
You know what? It's sitting on my list. It is sitting on my list.
I had one on there as well. Like you mentioned, Bill.
Yeah,
I had one on there. That was hard. Just it's DJ Khaled again. The one probably not talked about as much. Welcome to My Hood, when Lil Wayne just got out of prison.
Yeah.
I think his first bar in there is Back from Hell, Cell 23, and literally just come out of prison. He just dropped a verse on that. That was pretty mad. Not for song quality as much as necessarily the story behind it. Had Young Money Bedrock on there because it was the first time they were all together. You know.
Yeah, and you know what? That was a big tune for a time as well.
Yeah, it was.
That was killing it.
Yeah, you saw this new wave of artists, and you thought, hold on. And the people that are really
shifted there as well. I think that was another shift.
Yeah, 100%. When that song dropped, obviously, you had Lil Wayne at the start, who everyone was familiar with, done their thing. But I think Drake had released a few bits before that, obviously. He was still fairly new in the game.
Very new, yeah.
Nicki Minaj new in the game. Tiger new in the game. Yeah. You just seen all these artists just drop a song. It's like, whoa.
And they all had bars as well. They all went in.
They all had bars. That was pretty special to see. No one mentioned Chris Brown.
I had Ayo and Tiger, but I didn't want to bring it up because it's R&B.
Well, I had Look At Me Now.
Yeah, Look At Me Now, yeah.
Lil Wayne and Busta Rhymes, just for obviously Busta Rhymes, what he does in that.
The Busta Rhymes verse.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many that obviously Chris Brown, and it's one of those artists where we can talk about, does he come under the R&B spectrum? Does he come under the hip hop? You know, you could go all day talking about what he's done music wise, and I'm sure we'll have a feature on him somewhere in this podcast series. Just talk about him, what he's done, because he's another one. We talk about Drake, obviously some of the older guys, Kanye, Jay-Z. If you look for album and how many they've done, Chris Brown is on that list without a doubt.
Oh yeah, he's up there.
Without a doubt, he's
the amount of songs he puts into his recent album.
Yeah,
the work rate is
exactly without a doubt. And the obviously with a new album pending as well, he's another reason just to keep going with him as well. Bill, I was kind of shocked with your list. So there was a lot more older songs on there than I thought from yourself.
Like as I said, as a kid, I used to listen to garage, but then my mum also used to have a bit of hip hop on in the background, a bit of R&B. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of been something growing up. I mean, I've also got another song that I'm surprised no one mentioned, especially you, Sanj, actually. Even Jack, Renegade, featuring Eminem, Jay-Z.
I didn't want to get personal and start upsetting people on the podcast. I didn't want to do those things.
Yeah, I sat there and thought about it, and I thought we would have this mad debate. And I'll lose.
Listen, on that song, you would lose. On that song, you would lose.
I knew it. I didn't want to bring it up, man.
But I'll be level with you as well. I had Eminem, Dre, Snoop, Nate Dogg, Exhibit, Bitch Please.
Yeah.
And I'll hold my hands up. Out of all those 5 artists, M definitely come last in that song. Hold my hands up. You got the West Coast rappers took over in that one hard.
Mate, Exhibit was mad on that.
It was mad. People forget about him. Don't get me wrong. He'll never probably be in the sort of top 10 question or anything like that. But he was mad once he got going.
He was good.
Yeah, definitely. But he was mad once he got going on the verse.
Yeah, I used to like him.
He was 100%. I'm gonna do a special mention, which it's one I don't get. I don't know what genre you'd really class it as. It could sneak into hip hop. Even Gwen Stefani.
Let me blow your mind. Okay.
Now the reason I'm gonna shout that song is because it's one of them. It's timeless.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For me, it's absolutely timeless because in a time where what year did that come out? That song, off the top of your head, anyone?
2001.
2001. I've got it. Yeah, 2001.
Yeah, probably that.
So in a time where obviously 50s, top of the charts, Game was up there, and whoever else in between. Jay-Z still about, Eminem still about. These two put together this song, and bro, it turned heads. That
did.
song was absolute banger. It's absolute banger. So that was one where I definitely thought about. Obviously, if you're talking collabs, Nicki Minaj has done so many different songs where you can't help but talk about her. But yeah, that was the one I was thinking of as well. But there's some absolute bangers in the list between us. I'm not. Well, I was going to be nice, but I'm not going to now actually. So, Bill, what's your number one?
Forever.
Forever.
Kanye, Lil Wayne, and Eminem.
Okay, and Jack's one was Monster, and mine was Hate or Love It. Pick a song. Would you stick with your own, or would you swap?
I'd stick with my own.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my own. Look,
Your own.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna leave Bill alone because I know that Jack, you stick with your own over my one.
I'll stick with that.
Over Hate or Love It.
Yeah, mate. That's one of the. It's off of that. One of my favorite albums. So I can't leave that behind.
Fair play. I thought I could have convinced you to switch.
No,
You know,
you might have got me if it was the second one.
What was my second one? What was your second one?
DJ Khaled.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
You would have took the second one off me.
That's what's so interesting. Like, there's so many different ways. Obviously, DJ Khaled is he's a collab king. Like, we spoke about it already, and it would be good to just talk about all the songs that he's come through albums wise as well.
Oh yeah,
everyone takes the piss. Obviously, he just shouts his name out, gets loads of money for it. It's a great job, ain't it? I'm gonna try it one day.
He's got the eye, isn't he?
Yeah, no, it's exactly it. And obviously, the beats are always perfect. Even when nowadays, like more recently, he's putting Lil Wayne and Justin Bieber on a song together.
Yeah, and it shouldn't work, but it does.
Again, exactly, it shouldn't work. Tyler Creator, Quavo, shouldn't work these combinations. But he smashed it every time. And I'll shout at him for a couple of his songs. So I believe it was some of his early stuff. I think it was Hold You Down. It was Hold You Down. In the era when he done Hold You Down, Do You Mind, How Many Times, all that sort of stuff. I believe he was one of the first people to put people like Future, August Alsina, who was such a good vocalist, and as well as that Jeremiah, sort of all on tracks together. You know, I could be honest. I didn't know August Alsina before DJ Khaled brought him through on a track.
I think I had one song from him, but he was a good singer.
He was such a good vocalist.
I don't know if he's still making music, but
no, I
haven't heard from him.
Exactly, and it was a time where Future wasn't huge. You know, Future wasn't a massive artist then. He put him on tracks.
But we'll link him up with big artists.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's good about him as well. He'll link up like the new upcomers.
100% with some of the older heads as well. Like Chris Brown was obviously on that track as well with them. But yeah, he's absolutely.
There's one that had Kendrick Lamar when he was coming up. I can't remember who was on it. Who was on? Like Kendrick Lamar was coming up at the point, but he placed him with someone. I need to find it.
Yeah, I mean he's just known, and obviously he's worked with the older heads as well. People like Jay-Z. He worked with Nas on one of his most recent albums as well.
Yeah.
Back to Travis Scott. He's always had the best artists around. I think the only ones he probably hasn't worked with. I don't know if he's worked with Kanye.
No.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, is it? On what song?
I wish you would.
I don't remember.
Rick Ross.
Okay.
It was on the album with Take It to the Head. Do you remember the?
Yes, I know that one. Yeah,
it was on that album.
Okay, well, fair enough. He's worked.
I can't find this. This is the Kendrick Lamar one. So it's Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Big Crit.
So I was guessing J. Cole was pretty new as well then.
They were both coming up, yeah.
I mean,
and that was
to put them on a song back then.
Yeah, all the way back in 2012.
Fair play to him. I don't know if he's worked with I don't think he's worked with Eminem.
I don't think so.
No, I mean, if you give up the game and the only person you haven't worked with is Eminem, you've had a good career. Let's have it straight. Out of all the names that he has worked with, he's had a good career. He was responsible for some of Drake's best work as well. For Free was absolute banger. Yeah. Some amazing songs. I'm on one like we already spoke about. But yeah, he's another one which I'll be happy to speak about more on future podcasts going forward. But
you're definitely forgetting Wild Thoughts as well. What was it? Sat at number one for a little while.
I didn't like that song. I didn't like that song.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't like it.
It's like for someone bigging up DJ Khaled so much.
Hey, man, look,
that's number one.
That was one of his biggest songs.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
I prefer the DJ Khaled when he was getting hip hop.
Yeah.
That was more pop for the charts. And
100%.
His last two albums probably are more mainstream compared to what he was bringing out years ago.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. He's amazing at what he does, collab-wise. Again, for someone who people joke about so much, what does he actually do? Shouts his name, whatever. Look, he clearly there's a lot behind the scenes, without a doubt. But you know, there's names who you affiliate with being a collab artist. Dre made a name for himself in the 90s, probably early 80s, late 80s as well, and throughout. Made a name for himself, doing his own stuff. Then obviously the stuff with NWA. Took a bit of a break, come back with his own album, 2001 album. He had a lot of success on his own, but he is one where he has some iconic collabs. Iconic. For the names he worked with, Tupac, Snoop, just name a few, Eminem. I mean, it's not too bad, is he? He's not doing too bad. He's absolutely brilliant. 50 is another one where he's worked with, like, Jack, you had 50, was it number 3 or was it just below? Out of Control?
Below, yeah, Out of Control. That's when he signed Mobb Deep.
Absolute bangers. Bill, you had 21 Questions on it.
I've also got in my list, I've got Candy Shop as well.
Yeah, with Olivia.
Yeah.
That was absolute banger. That's such a banger. He's got bangers all day. Let's be straight. The 50 is just amazing artist at what he done. But yeah, so that was hard to do. I'll be honest. When we were making our list, although like we've rolled off now and we've gone through our names and our songs and whatnot, collabs. At the time, I can be honest with everyone who watches, that was not easy. And look, I invite you to put down your best collabs, your hottest US collabs in the comments below, by all means. And I'm sure we can have a great debate in there. And next week, we could even, if there's enough, we can even pick up on it next week and just start off next week's episode talking about that. But yeah, is there anything else from the two of you?
Nothing at all, mate. I mean, we've gone through the list, and I still think, I don't know, I still think I could have changed my number 3, actually.
You know what? We'll probably all week, we'll pick up more songs that we should have put in.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, we're going to get slated for this in the comments. I mean,
100%.
There's going to be people over a certain age who are going to kill us for all 3 slots not being Dre, Pac, Snoop. You know, we could have done Biggie and Jay-Z's collab. That could have gone in there easily.
Old school, yeah.
Old school, you know. The one that I mentioned, and I'm still a bit, should I have picked it, was Method Man and Redman song. Like, boy, they made some collabs back in the day. Signed as 2 individual artists and just gelled together, so made songs. But yeah, we could talk about it all day. Look, guys, it's a really quick one. Thank you again for watching as always. Don't forget about the little competition that we'll have next week. So there'll be more information during the week on the Instagram and whatever else. Do a little giveaway. And spoiler alert, next week's episode, we will be going UK. So we're going to get working now. You guys, you know, get your deliveries ready for next Thursday, 8 o'clock, because you're going to need not only a bit of time, but a bit of a deep breath and a stiff drink. Let's talk about that one. So look, until next week, guys, as always, stay healthy, stay safe, look after yourself and your loved ones, and we'll catch you again, same place next week. Thank you very much.